Hello, lovely Shoebox Packers. I'm back again after a bit of a hiatus. My name is Sarah, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'd love to see you in my comment section. So I was away there for a few weeks. We took a family vacation, and I had to ship my oldest two off to college. So it was a very busy end of summer, end of August. My daughter, I'll just give you a quick life update. My daughter was actually working in the U.S. This summer. She was on an international student work and travel program, and she was working at Universal Studios in Florida. And she was actually placed at the brand new theme park that they just opened, Epic Universe, and she worked in Super Nintendo World. So an absolute dream come true for her. Like she literally lived out a fantasy the whole summer. It was an amazing experience. Obviously living, working in another country and meeting new people and learning, and gaining amazing job skills. She worked food and beverage. So she did all the food and beverage locations in Super Nintendo World. So we flew down at the end of her program, and then we had a little vacation together. And she showed us around the theme parks, and I really quite enjoyed that because I'm the planner, I'm the travel agent in this family. And it was so nice to have my older daughter take over and show us around and tell me what to do and tell me where to eat. And yeah, it was just a fantastic family vacation all around. So we really enjoyed that. And I've now since started collecting some Mario and like Nintendo gaming themed items because I'd like to do a box, maybe just to kind of remember her amazing summer job and just kind of, relive that, but through a shoebox. So we'll see if I can come up with enough items to maybe do a theme or like a mini theme. But anyways, we came home from our vacation and we basically had to rotate, and then it was time to get them packed up and shipped out to college, and they of course left the same weekend. It's always hard, but what is the saying? Healthy birds fly, and I'm so happy they're out and doing what they love. So they're all tucked away and settled away in their respective colleges, and yeah, life kind of returns to normal, or whatever normal is now, right? So without further ado, here is the box I have for today. And this is for, I don't have a label or anything on the box, but this is for a boy, 2 to 4. And I'd said like a couple videos ago that I'd really struggled with the 2 to 4 age group, and it was one that I hadn't done a lot of boxes for, and here I am doing boxes for 2 to 4. So I don't know, clearly maybe this is what God wants me to pack, or that's the items that's been thrown in my path. But yeah, so this is a theme, but it's a weird theme, and you're probably going to be like, Sarah, what are you talking about? So I'm calling it Dogs on the Farm, or like fun on the farm with dogs. And you'll see where I got the idea. It was actually all around a storybook that I found. So anyways, we've got dogs and we've got farm. So that's what's happening. So I'll open it up and show you what it looks like when the child opens the box. And of course, this is not a standard OCC box, but I try to always get shoe boxes that are not too much bigger. I try to find shoe boxes that are more standard size and fit the dimensions of, the OCC shoe boxes. So this is a little cutout from a greeting card. Actually, it was a little fuzzy lamb. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'll just tuck it in the box, or I may decorate the lid with this and write something on the lid. I haven't figured that out, but yeah, somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody in one of their videos had, I think, decorated their shoebox lid with greeting cards and stuff. And I was like, what a great idea. I never even thought of it. So yeah, thank you to whoever that was. So we'll get into the box. So this is a sticker and coloring activity book from Dollarama. I believe I paid $2, and it's actually really nice for this age group. It has some colored activity pages, and then it's like a regular coloring book at the back. Really nice images, nice white paper that hopefully the crayons will show up nice on, and it has lots of stickers and like the activity stickers for the activity pages. So I had to fit that one in. And then I've also included the Canadian exercise book. I've just given this little boy one, 32 pages, but I can get him started with school supplies, or if he just wants to use it now for practicing his writing and drawing, whatever. So this one doesn't have a big plush, and I'll explain why. I like to put plushes in all my box, but this box is something else that's special and meaningful to our family. So here is the pencil case. This is not farm themed. I couldn't find anything farm themed, but it has animals, and this is one of the color your own pencil cases that I get from Dollarama. I had showed you one in a previous box, and I've since found them again at Dollarama, so hopefully this is an item that they continue to carry, because I really like these. And I'll show you what's inside. Here's the little markers that come with the pencil case. A little white eraser that I put in all my boxes. A little cow eraser, of course, for the farm. I put in 4 of the chunky Crayola washable markers. And let me get it out here. So we've got a selection of pre-sharpened pencils and 1 mechanical pencil and 1 click pen. So that gives the child something to start with, at least for school supplies. As well, I can pull it out now because it's right on top. This is the sharpener. And I don't know if this is a new item at Dollarama or not. It was my first time seeing them, and they're like a wobbly toy. They always sit upright. Remember the Weebles? I think they were called Weebles Wobble. It's like a Weeble, but it's a sharpener, and it's a little dog, a little corgi, I think. So I had put that one in for this child. And as well, tucked into the pencil case, I have one of the little bookmarks that I've been putting in my boxes. This is the little pig one, and it has the centimeter marks, so it can be used as a little ruler. I've got some farm like water bottle vinyl stickers, and of course I picked out farm animals and puppies and things. And this is a Valentine, and it's not a farm or a dog, but they're so cute. They're little bookmarks, and you can punch them out, and their little teeth punch out, and you can fit the little monster's mouth over your page. So I thought that was cute for 2 to 4, or he can just play with the little monster, whatever he wants to do. And here's the prayer card, the verse card, and this one just says, dog, D-O-G, depend on God. I was like, how perfect is that for this box? So that's the lunchbox notes, the lunchbox prayer cards from Amazon. And of course, this was the winning one for this box. So that's all that's in the little pencil case. And now I'll show you maybe one of the wow items and what this box was based around. This little pig puppet. And I've left the tag on. It's the Folk Manny, I think is how you pronounce it, brand. They're really quality puppets, super quality puppets. And the tag actually has information about pigs and little fun facts. So I left that on there just in case, you know, it can be read to the child or translated. The tag's really nice. But the story on this little guy is, this was my son's Lovey. I had bought these puppets for my kids one Christmas. I think it was tucked in their stocking. And my son took to this pig, and it went everywhere. This pig was his attachment. And he named it Piggy. How original. And he gave it a voice and a personality. Piggy basically became part of our family. So, of course, because he was so attached to this piggy, and we did have an incident one time when we were traveling where we thought he went missing. Thankfully he wasn't missing, but we thought he was. I panicked and went to Amazon and bought many piggies for backup. So this was one of the backup piggies that I still have kicking around in the house, and I asked my son if I could put it in a shoebox, and he said of course. So I hope this goes to a little boy who will adore this little puppet just as much as my son did. I should have had my son do a guest appearance in the video and lend his voice to Piggy, because it's just the cutest. So that's Piggy. And I have some plastic farm animals. This was kind of the elusive item that I was looking everywhere for, and I'll show you there's another item in the box, and that's why I wanted the plastic farm animals. But I looked everywhere for some little plastic farm animals, and finally I did find them at another Dollarama. So we've got 2 horses, and we've got a pig and a cow, and I put them in a bag because the black on this cow, I believe, rubbed off on another item. So just in case this black is coming off on stuff, I just put them in a bag to protect the other items in the box. So he's got a really nice little kaleidoscope, and this is a big chunky one, nice for little hands. And let's see if you can see it. You can kind of see it. It's really pretty and colorful. There's little colorful beads inside. So I really like that, and it looks durable for little ones. Of course, one of the spinners that I've been putting in all my boxes gave him a little blue one. And my kids also really loved this show when they were little. Puppy Dog Pals, Bingo and Rolly. So I had 2 little puppets of those. So more puppets to go with his piggy. These, of course, are finger puppets. So he can have all sorts of adventures and stories. And I did add in another little plush. This is like the ones from McDonald's. I think this is a little corgi, little dog. It is Steven. So I wanted to add another little plush in where he just has the little pig puppet. And let's see what else. I put in little people. This is a child and a dog, and it comes with a little scene. Got that. There's the face cloth. Oh, and this box is missing a toothbrush. I need to make a note of that. I'm out of my toddler size toothbrushes, so I think that's the only item I need to add to this box. Here is a little boo-boo kit, Q-tips and Band-Aids, and these are Paw Patrol Band-Aids in there. As well, I got some Bingo and Rolly figurines as well, the little dogs. So he's got a little cage, little case, and 2 little Bingo and Rolly figurines to play with. So they're in there. I put in one of these soft balls, these sports balls, and this was the item that the black had rubbed off. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's still a bit of a shadow there. So I cleaned it as best I could. I used rubbing alcohol and tried to get the dye off the ball, but unfortunately, as you can see, look, it left a little bit of a... So yeah, that's why I put those 2 animals in a Ziploc bag. So I was glad I caught that. I was glad that I saw that. And then the IKEA spoon. Love these for the 2 to 4 group. And then this guy, I'll show you this one now in a minute because it goes with something else in the box. But this is kind of where the theme started, or where it came together. This is Blue on a Scooter, but he goes with something else, which I'll show you. This is not really a farm item, but it's an orange car, and again, this will go with another item in the box. So it's a nice plastic durable car for little hands. And then just another little soft squishy dog figurine, a green whistle, and these, like I said, I've tested these, they work well. Don't have a farm shirt or a dog shirt, but I found this one at clearance at Walmart, and I thought it was just cute. Just has a little like geometric lightning bolt, and it is in a pretty blue color, and it is a 5T. So I tucked that in. And he's got a full box of crayons to go with his activity book, and there's another coloring book in there that you'll see. So I wanted him to have lots of coloring options. And here is one of the items that kind of sparked this theme. So this is a playmat, a driving mat. So I won't unroll the whole thing, but you can see it's Blue's Clues themed, and of course the road goes all the way around, and there's lots of houses and buildings and things on this. It's actually quite large when you unroll the whole thing. So it's like a soft, you know, like a felt type material. So this came with this guy. So that was a set. I got this at Dollarama, and I thought that he could also play with this car on the mat. It does kind of fit the road. The car does kind of fit the shape of the road. And of course he can play with his little people figurines as well. I think they'll work with this playmat. So hopefully lots of pretend play for this little boy. And I found a drawstring backpack that matched. I found a drawstring backpack in Blue's Clues themed. So that was fun. That had to go in. And I added one of these little shape puzzles. I showed one of these in a previous box. It was a bunny. This is the little chick, which of course goes with the farm animals. And this is really nice for 2 to 4. And a little black comb. These are the blank pads of paper from Dollarama that I like to add to a lot of my boxes, especially when I don't have room for a bigger, notebook or something. It gives them some plain paper to doodle and draw. And I also found these at one of our Dollaramas, and I think these are at Dollar Tree. And I think I'd seen them in a couple like haul videos or something, and then they showed up at Dollarama. So I was quite excited because I think they're so sweet for the little 2 to 4s. They can put their little hand in and carry their notebook along. Of course, it's a puppy dog, and it's just a standard line notebook, but it is blank on the other side, so they could draw, write, whatever they want to do. And here's the scissors, some blue scissors. They couldn't fit in the pencil case, so I just tucked them in separately. I also have one of the Melissa and Doug wooden puzzles. I think this is the last one I have now. I think there were a set of 3, so this is a firm one, obviously. And they stay together when you put them together because they're wooden. And so here's the book that kind of sparked the whole idea. It was Blue's Clues and You Farm Friends. So it's a whole story about Blue's Clues on the farm, and of course meeting all the animals, and they're trying to find out, I think, what Blue wants to do on the farm. Is kind of the premise of the story, but yeah, that's where my idea came from. Dogs on the farm. Blue's Clues on the farm. It's a really sweet book, really colorful pictures, so even if they can't read English or it doesn't get translated for them or whatever, I think they'll just have fun looking at all the images, and all the farm animals are in there on different pages. So super sweet little book. So that is what sparked the whole thing. And this I've had for a while. I think I've seen similar to this in some of your videos, but this is like a bigger one. It's like they've made them smaller since. And these are the ones that open up, and you can like turn them into like a little freestanding house, freestanding building. And of course this is a barn, and those doors do open, but does those open? No, sorry. This side opens. Yes, this side right here opens, but I'm not going to open them. I'm going to let the child discover all the hidden features. And again, there's lots to look at, lots of little pictures. So even if they can't read, the English that's written on here, they're going to have lots of fun playing with their little pretend barn. And that was why I wanted the farm animals. I had to have some animals to go with his little barn, obviously. So he can play with the farm animals with this. He can play with his little people or the car that I have, whatever. Lots of play. And at the bottom, I have 2 of the little cutouts. I've shown these before. These are the little boy shape, and he can just decorate, color, whatever he wants to do with those. And I found a Blue's Clues coloring book, which I was quite excited for, because at least it kind of goes with the Blue's Clues and the theme. And it's a pretty nice coloring book with big images, simple activities. So I think that'll be fun for a 2 to 4, and that's why I wanted to put in a full pack of crayons. And then I added a Valentine, which is of course baby Clifford for him. I didn't laminate these. I just left it for him if he wants to play with it, right on the back, whatever he wants to do. As well, these are 2 Valentines, but these are sticker Valentines. The stickers actually come off the Valentine. That's all little stickers, so of course I didn't laminate those. So you can play with those, take the stickers off. And then the final items is some stickers at the bottom. I didn't have a ton of farm stickers, but where I could, I looked for doggy stickers. So I did have some Clifford. I did have a couple farm ones, but then I added some Mickey Mouse, and of course we got Pluto in there because Pluto's our favorite dog. So some fun stickers for him. And these are the sticker scenes. And I've showed you these before, that I buy the big book at Dollarama and I take the pages out and I cut the stickers out and then I split them up. So I think I have 2, it depends on how I do it. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 scenes. I think there's 2 here. And lots of doggy stickers for him to decorate his scenes. And the scenes are double-sided, so still lots of fun and activity and play. So yeah, that's my fun on the farm with dogs. Dogs on the farm, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, I am missing a toothbrush, and we're missing our letter and picture, because of course we haven't done that yet. And I will do something with the lid of the box and decorate it or write something on it. So yeah, I really enjoyed putting this one together. I really enjoyed piecing all the items, and a lot of it just kind of came together naturally. I had some of it here already. I didn't have to go out and look for very much, is what I should say. I didn't have to go out and buy many items specifically. I had a lot here, and it just kind of came together. So I think it was meant to be. So let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know if you've ever done a farm box or farm with dogs theme or whatever. And yeah, I hope little Piggy makes his way to a little boy who just loves him as much as my little boy loved his Piggy. Bye friends, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.